graduating high school, and he had just gone down to Massachusetts Maritime Academy and was checking it out with my father. And he had told me, he goes, you know, it's a quasi-military school. They don't shave your head as soon as you get there. You don't have to wake up to reveille and do calisthenics. You don't wear uniforms all the time. It's a quasi-military school. You know, you don't have to do the rigors that military enlistees do. So I enrolled. And upon entering the academy, I learned many things. But the first thing I learned was that my brother Michael thought lying to me was funny. Well, I graduated in 1979, and as soon as I went to sea for the first time, I knew I was hooked. That's what I wanted to do with my life. And after graduating from Massachusetts Maritime Academy in 1979, I spent the next 12 years gaining the experience necessary while sailing on all the oceans of the world on various types of ships that allowed me to take the test to raise my license from a third mate to a second mate to a chief mate to a captain. And in 1991, I passed my captain's test, and I became a captain, started sailing almost immediately. And like a lot of captains, I worked 90 days on a ship, and then I spent 90 days at home. And as you can imagine, this creates a different type of home life than many of my neighbors and friends, and indeed maybe some of you here today. For example, how many have said to your spouses, I have, honey, we got to make a decision here. I got to be back to work in January. Or when I go for my 90-day commute, I give my wife a honey-do list. And when I return, she hands it back to me with more on it. Of course, it does have its advantages. While many people deal every day with morning and rush hour traffic, all I have to do is climb out of the rack or climb a ladder, and I'm at the office. Well, now you know a little bit about my background. Let me share with you the 3 major points that I have learned. And they're not just based on my experience with Somali pirates, but it's from my experience as a floating CEO, if you will, of a 17,000-ton ship, managing a highly diverse crew while navigating changing and challenging seas. The 3 points I want you to know are, first, you are much stronger than you even know. You can do more, and you can take more. Second, nothing is over until we choose to give up, to quit. Remember, failure isn't final, and success isn't a guarantee in the future. And lastly, a dedicated, motivated, focused team can overcome most any obstacle or solve most any problem by working together, the sum being more than the parts.